Greetings to you from the Lilburn branch of the Gwinnett County Public Libraries. Today, I'd like to share some information with you about some African American inventors. Some of these inventors you may have heard of before, and some of these inventors may not be familiar to you. At the end of the presentation, drop down in the description box. You will have access to a link with a bibliography that will feature some books that we have here in our libraries about African American scientists, thinkers, and inventors. Our first African American inventor is Madam C.J. Walker. Madam C.J. Walker was born on December 23, 1867, on a Louisiana plantation and given the name Sarah Breedlove. She eventually transformed herself from an uneducated farm laborer and laundress into the first Black female millionaire. There you see a picture of Madam C.J. Walker dressed in fancy clothes. During the 1890s, Sarah began to suffer from a scalp ailment that caused her to lose most of her hair. She consulted her 4 brothers, who were barbers in St. Louis. She took their advice and also experimented with many homemade remedies and store-bought products, including those made by Annie Malone, another Black woman hair care entrepreneur. Sarah moved to Denver and became a saleswoman for Annie Malone's company. While there, Sarah met and married Charles Joseph Walker, a St. Louis newspaperman. Sarah Breedlove formed her own hair care company after changing her name to Madam C.J. Walker. She began selling Madam Walker's Wonderful Hair Grower, a scalp conditioning and healing formula that she claimed had been revealed to her in a dream. The picture is of an actual container of Madam C.J. Walker's Wonderful Hair Grower. Madam C.J. Walker did not invent the straightening comb or chemical perms, though many people incorrectly believe that to be true. In 1908, she temporarily moved her base to Pittsburgh and opened Laelia College to train Walker hair culturists. The hair culturists traveled, sold Walker hair care products, and gave demonstrations of how her hair products worked and were to be used. By early 1910, Madam C.J. Walker settled in Indianapolis, where she built a factory. While there, she made national news headlines in the Black press when she contributed $1,000 to the building fund of the colored YMCA in Indianapolis. This is a picture of Madam C.J. Walker's hair culturists. Madam C.J. Walker's daughter, Alelia Walker, moved to New York in 1913 during the time of the Harlem Renaissance and had an extravagant Harlem townhouse built that was designed by Black architect Vertner Tandy. Madam C.J. Walker moved to New York in 1916. Once in Harlem, she took special interest in the NAACP's anti-lynching movement, to which she contributed $5,000. In 1917, one of the first national meetings of businesswomen in the country was held by Madam C.J. Walker. This is a picture of Madam C.J. Walker behind the wheel of her car. Madam C.J. Walker died at her estate in Villa Lawaro in Irvington-on-Hudson, New York. She helped create the role of 20th century self-made American businesswoman. She was a pioneer of the modern Black hair care and cosmetics industry. Madam C.J. Walker also set standards for African American corporate and community giving. There is a picture of Madam C.J. Walker's daughter, Alelia Walker. On March 20th, 2020, the first episode of a miniseries based on the life of Madam C.J. Walker was aired on Netflix. The miniseries is based on the biography On Her Own Ground, written by Alelia Bundles, who is the great-great-granddaughter of Madam C.J. Walker. This is a picture of Alalia Bundles, who is an author and journalist. This is a photograph of the inventor Garrett Morgan. Garrett Morgan was born on March 4th, 1887. He produced a series of successful inventions in the beginning of the 20th century. His formal education only went up to elementary school, but he paid for more lessons from a private tutor. In his mid-teens, he moved to Ohio and found work in sewing machine factories. His sewing machine factory jobs captured his imagination. Garrett learned the inner workings of the machines and how to fix them. He obtained a patent for an improved sewing machine and opened his own repair business. In 1914, Morgan patented a breathing device, or safety hood, providing its wearers with a safer breathing experience in the presence of smoke, gases, and other pollutants. The invention earned him the first prize at the Second International Exposition of Safety and Sanitation in New York City. This is a picture of the safety hood that Garrett Morgan invented. The safety hood, forerunner of the gas mask, was patented in 1914. The safety hood was popularized during a tragic accident in Cleveland, Ohio, when 32 workers were trapped during a tunnel collapse under the Lake Erie in 1916. Rescuers were unable to reach them because smoke, dust, and fumes blocked their way. Morgan and several volunteers, using the masks, were able to reach the trapped men and rescue several survivors. Initially, when the survivors found out that Morgan was black, he was shunned, and the heroic acts went unpraised. In 1923, Morgan patented his best-known invention, the three-way traffic signal. As an early enthusiast of automobiles, Morgan quickly recognized the need for better traffic control on congested city streets. His signal was based on signs that signaled stop and go. He sold his patent rights for $40,000 to General Electric, which developed an electric version. Here is a picture of the patent plans for Garrett Morgan's traffic light. As a self-educated black man, Garrett Morgan was concerned with the safety and welfare of his fellow citizens. He was honored as a pioneering citizen at the Emancipation Centennial Celebration in 1963. Unfortunately, he died shortly before the celebration. Morgan was honored by the U.S. government for his traffic signal invention. He was eventually restored to his place in history as a hero of the Lake Erie rescue. Here is a photo of Garrett Morgan in his later years. Our next African American inventor is Charles Drew. Charles Drew was born on June 3rd in 1904 in Washington, D.C. He was an African American physician and surgeon who was an authority on the preservation of human blood for transfusion. Charles Drew was educated at Amherst College, Montreal, and Columbia University. He was the first African American to graduate from Columbia University. While earning his doctorate at Columbia in the late 1930s, he conducted research into the properties and preservation of blood plasma. He soon developed efficient ways to process and store large quantities of blood plasma in blood banks. As the leading authority in the field, he organized and directed the blood plasma programs for the United States and Great Britain in the early years of World War II, while also agitating the authorities to stop excluding the blood of African Americans from plasma supply networks. Charles Drew resigned his official posts in 1947 After the armed forces ruled that the blood of African Americans would be accepted but would have to be stored separately from that of whites. He then became a surgeon and professor of medicine at Freedmen's Hospital in Washington, D.C., and Howard University from 1942 to 1950. Charles Drew was fatally injured in an automobile accident in 1950. Charles Drew died at the age of 46. This inventor's name is Lisa Gelobter. She was born in 1971 and graduated from Brown University. Lisa is best known as the pioneer for the modern-day GIFs, or Graphics Interchange Format, which are small animated clips used in text and chats. Lisa is the founder and CEO of Tequitable, an independent, confidential platform to address issues of bias, harassment, and discrimination in the workplace. Lisa has over 25 years in the technology industry and developing products that have been used by billions of people. She has a deep and proven track record in software. This is a GIF animation of a dancing man. This is an example of the graphics interchange format animation that Lisa Gelobter invented. Lisa invented Shockwave, an element of computer animation. She was a member of the management team for the launch of the entertainment company Hulu. Lisa has also acted as the Chief Digital Officer for BET Networks. She has a background in strategy development, business operations, user-centered design, product management, and engineering. Lisa worked at the White House in Washington, D.C. during the Barack Obama administration. She served as the Chief Digital Service Officer in the digital service sector of the U.S. government. She has a bachelor's degree in computer science. Currently, Lisa is focused on supporting equity among tech workers and other employees through her company Tequitable. This is Lonnie Johnson. That toy water gun he is holding in this picture is his very own invention. Lonnie Johnson was born in Mobile, Alabama in 1949. As a child, he liked rockets and making rocket fuel. He credits his parents with fostering his sense of creativity. My parents were really patient. They brought me a lot of toys and things, knowing the first thing I would do is take them apart, says Lonnie. Lonnie Johnson is best known for his invention of the Super Soaker water gun toy. In 1968, Lonnie represented his high school at a science fair sponsored by the University of Alabama. He won first place for Linex, a compressed air-powered robot he had created out of junkyard scraps and other spare parts. Then, in 1973, Lonnie went on to earn a BS degree in mechanical engineering and an MS degree in nuclear engineering in 1975 from Tuskegee University in Alabama. Later, he received an honorary PhD from Tuskegee University. During his professional career, Lonnie worked at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, among many other prestigious scientific positions. This is a picture of the patent plan for the Super Soaker water gun. Lonnie liked to invent things in his spare time. In 1982, he was working at home on an environmentally friendly heat pump that used water instead of Freon and attached a high-pressure muzzle to the bathroom sink. The resulting powerful stream of water that blasted out when he pulled the nozzle's lever inspired him to tinker with it as a potential toy. He gave a prototype to his daughter, which proved to be a great success with her friends. The proceeds from licensing his top-selling toy provided the capital to start Johnson Research and Development Company, Inc. in Atlanta, which later incubated two spin-off companies, Exelius Tron Solid State to produce rechargeable lithium-ion batteries, and Johnson Electromechanical Systems that focuses on the Johnson Thermodynamic Energy Converter, or JTEC. Popular Mechanics magazine named JTEC one of the top 10 new world-changing innovations in 2008. Lonnie Johnson's work in clean energy is his top priority today. The link below in the description box provides a great bibliography of Black scientists, thinkers, and inventors, books that are available through our Gwinnett County libraries. So if you get some time, please feel free to check these books out to get even more information about these outstanding inventors.